What's happening, YouTube? It's Grower MD, and I'm just gonna make a little rant video here for you guys. Just a couple things that I've wanted to talk about. So for those of you guys that have been following along on my channel for a while, even back when it was Varndizzle, you'll know that that was basically when I first started growing, which today is just about a year and a half from that date. So obviously, in relative to a lot of other growers, I'm still relatively new and still learning every day, and I still learn from even videos I still see on YouTube, which are becoming more and more sparse by the day. But nonetheless, I'm always open to learning. And when I first wanted to learn how to grow, there's not a lot of resources for growing, especially with the really unstable situation in terms of the laws. And so, the internet was really my only source of acquiring information where I'd be able to do it somewhat anonymously. And, seeing what appeared to be, this community of people that was just really concerned with helping, people sharing their gardens, sharing what they're using. And, I have to admit that made 100% all the difference for me. Knowing which equipment to start out with, knowing, nutrient companies that people recommended in lines, all that stuff was really vital for me, and I would not be where I was without it. And for that reason was the reason I started continuing more in-depth making videos. Obviously I still had my own motivation behind making the videos, where I was able to get positive feedback or constructive criticisms on my videos and my gardens. I was also able to come in contact with a lot of new nutrient companies, so I'm able to go ahead and learn from these new experiences, trials and tribulations, and I'm able to share a lot of it with you. And that helps me tremendously. And it's just kind of sad to see how things have progressed more recently. I guess I should have expected it, just like our society does in general. It seems like people have kind of chosen sides, essentially. And my videos see it, a lot of other people's videos see it as well, but there's just this little group of trolls, and they just go around and dislike and flag and talk shit. And there's just such a variety of people, and people with varieties of personalities on there. And I know there's specifically people that have talked shit one day, praised the next day, and then asked for help the next. And it's really hard to deal with those type of people on a consistent basis, because they're so unstable, and a lot of people don't even put any effort in. They ask questions that I specifically go over in videos and times, and then just say, hey, I want to learn how to grow, what do I need to do? And that type of attitude is not going to get you anywhere. I can officially say that if you really want to be a true good grower, it's a lot of work. And if you are expecting to just throw some seeds under a light and check back in 3 months and make some money, you're wrong. And there's a lot to go into all of it. It takes a lot of planning, it's a lot of stress, it's a lot of financial organization, it's a lot of planning. And you really got to want it, I think, if you ever plan on doing it on more than just a 1 or 2 light setup. Because I can officially say that this plant has changed my life in more ways than I could ever, have imagined. I've seen my family evolve around it. I've seen my life evolve around it, my personal life. I've seen my financial life change. And I think a lot of it has to do with timing, because now is a time when our government and our financial institutions are being exposed for who they really are. And I'm finding that my work, which is basically all I've really known other than up till recently, cannabis, is part of that system. And working in that environment and having to deal with a lot of that same shit, I've ultimately just found that it's hurt my soul, I guess. It's just so fake at this point. And by fake, I don't mean that I don't have a desire to do it anymore, but it's fake from the aspect that you're just always doing someone else's job, and you're always desperately seeking the approval and the recognition of those above you. And if you don't have people that are dedicated and fully committed to those positions, you could sit there going unnoticed your entire career. And it wasn't until, I started getting into cannabis that it was the first what felt like honest work I'd ever done, where the harder I worked, the more I got rewarded. And I've never had that in my life before, and I've never had the type of feeling that I've had, like when you start from the mother plants, and you're nurturing the mother plants, and then you nurture that into clones, and you nurture that through veg and through flower, through harvest, and you finally get to reap some reward at the end. To me, there's no greater feeling. And I'm not saying that for me cannabis is the answer, but it's a stepping stone. And I can just truly say that if I didn't have the same passion that I did, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now. For those guys that don't think you have the time or the ability to do it, let me assure you do. Everything that you see me doing with my videos, my gardens, I do all of that around working a full-time job, and it's pretty time consuming. But if you plan properly, and you've got properly placed motivation, there's no real limit to what you can accomplish as an individual. And I think that's what I'm finally learning for myself, is that I don't need to be dependent on anyone or anything anymore. That if I put my mind to something, I know I can be successful as long as you don't give up. And it's just sad to see, again, what our community has kind of become. So, for those of you guys that are watching all my videos and subscribe for a long time, I fully 100% am thankful for your support. I know there's specific ones that have been around a long time. They're always making positive comments, and I really do appreciate those. If you've got any type of feedback for me, whether it's positive or negative, I'm always open to it. I just expect you to approach it in some type of logical manner. If you're just going to sit there, start rambling out bullshit, talking shit, then I'm not going to, respond back to that. And if you're just sitting there, down thumbing and disliking the video for no reason, without having the balls to at least say what you don't like, then there's really no point for you to even be subscribed to my channel, because I know you guys are subscribed, because it happens in the first hour typically that my video comes up. And my last 10 videos have all been, flagged and just crazy down thumbed, and it's just kind of sad. So, for those of you guys out there that do take good information from my videos, I encourage you guys to continue watching and continue your quest to learn, essentially, because I still have a lot that I'd like to learn, and I still have a lot that I think I would like to prove to myself and to you guys. And I have to say that this whole community has began wearing on me, and I guess my patience just gets whittled down almost day by day, seeing a lot of the same bullshit. So how long I'll be doing these type of videos for, who knows? But I can tell you it won't be indefinite, because it's definitely having its toll. So this rant's getting kind of long now, but I just really want to say a couple things. So until next time, guys, see you later.